Okay, so this here is part of my sister's Christmas present to her boyfriend's family. This is a case for this. She wanted to give them some Dallas Cowboys themed poker chips, and she asked me if after I was done printing these, I didn't think these were interesting, and it's just a simple little chip. After she was done printing them, or after I was done printing them, she asked me if I had enough filament left over, could I make a box for them? And I ended up whipping this together. It took like a whole week, so I didn't whip it together. But basically, it's a box, and the chips go in here, right? This is the lid. These two pieces are the lid, right? Here's a little Dallas Cowboys star, right? But it transforms into a carousel, right? The lid folds up into a little pointy thing, right? And then the little star here acts as the thing that bounces on the pointy thing, right? It's on a pinpoint, and then the box folds up into a ring, right? And this holds it all together, and hopefully everything should work. Hopefully it will be a carousel. However, right, I don't know how well this will work, so I will have to do some testing. I do expect that I will have to redesign the shape of this and the shape of this, but yeah. And I thought this was pretty cool, the way I stuck this together. I didn't know how I was gonna put this, because this is just the piece that holds everything to be the carousel, right? So it's very important, but like it wasn't part of the box. But yeah, and it's funny because like it's not like a fully enclosed box. That wasn't important. I asked my sister what she wanted. She's like, as long as they don't fall out. So this is it. This is essentially it folds up. This is how it gets stored, right? And this is how it gets used. That's the idea, right? So now I'm going to go ahead and test everything and see if it fits together. I don't want to have to print this multiple times, but I might. That's an annoying little issue. But yeah. So now I'm just going to break this up into I'm going to rename the bodies and break it up into chunks that I can test. So first let's rename this to chip segment 1. Actually, no. Hang on. Chip segments. All these pieces are identical so that you can twist them, and the idea is these would have a piece of filament acting as the hinge, right? And there would be one in either this end or this end that you pull out, and then when you fold it up, you put that in there, and this goes in there. This is 3 millimeters tall, or no, 3.6 millimeters tall. That might be too thick. I don't know. I don't know if a ball on top is best, or if I should have kept it as or if I should have used like a pin and a through hole. These are things that I have to check. But anyways, so this is the chip segment. So get rid of the 1. Yeah. Okay. And then this right here is the lid. Right. Okay, and then this will be the lid left. And then this is the star. So okay. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and move these into here, because I did also have another design that I was thinking of. So there were two ideas I started off with. This has each individual slot for poker chips as its own segment, and this one has them paired up, has them in pairs of 2. And I went with the pairs of 2 one because by making it a pentagon, I was able to do a Dallas Cowboys star for the thing that holds it all together. And I thought that would be neat. And I showed my sister, and she was like, "Oh yeah, that's actually really cool. Go with that one." So that's what I did. So now let me see what I need to test. I need to test this at about there. Hang on. Yeah, okay. It has to at least go into the second segment here, or the second joint. I need to test that this slot works and that this slot works, but I don't need to test the middle bit here for the poker chips, because I know that's gonna work. I know they're gonna fit. So about here, and then how far does the... Okay. So now let me split this using this one, and this one. Okay. Using this one first. Okay. And then now these. That's odd. Get rid of that one. I don't need that one. I do need that one. I do need that one. I don't need that one. I don't need that one. I don't need that one. Okay. Okay, this, you know what? That first one should have gone further back. It should have included the entire hole there. Okay. Okay, so I need this, not that, not that, not that, and this. That's what I need for this. So I'll go ahead and save this as hinge test. You know what? Let's go ahead and extrude this inward some, like as far as I can, honestly. Because I want to use as little as possible. I want to use as little filament as possible when testing my stuff. And that's probably going to be seen as a thin wall and not printed, but that's fine. Save this again. Okay. I guess I didn't see. Actually, what am I calling this? I'm gonna call this loop test, because basically these are looping together. And then this one, I should actually have changed this. I don't remember where it was. Oh, I didn't finish renaming my sketches. Okay, sketch 9. So then it was one of these. Okay. Minus... Oh, I forgot how long the other one was, so I'll have to do that later. This one, I will just save as is. And I'm going to name it... lid slot test. Okay. And that's what I needed for this. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this back to here. Bring out the lids. I'm gonna need to test. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna test this second. I'm gonna need to test first. Let's see. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and put a plane here. And then I'm going to go ahead and split these. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and split I kind of need to test basically all of this. Right, so if I split, let's see. Where is this? Okay, so then I'll go ahead and split this here. And I need to do the other one too. I need to do the other one too because okay. Let's go before these two splits. No, okay. Yeah, okay. So this here, this will be lid lock test A. Save. And this one will be lid lock test B. Okay. And so, did I show... Okay, this right there. When... Let's see. Oh boy. What happens if I do this? Okay. So when the lid is folded up, right? The star sits on this, right? And holds everything together and it spins. But this piece here is just a simple little clip that just slides into here, holds it together so it doesn't accidentally like come undone. I'm just testing that this is within tolerance. So I forgot to rename this and move it. Call it lid lock. Put it in 5 hinge. And then save it. Okay. That was kind of an afterthought. Okay, and then let's see. So I've got these, which are what I'm gonna be testing for now. But then I want to test this. So then I take this. Okay, save this as lid spin test A. And then this lid spin test B. Okay, so I need to test how the spinning works, and I need to test how the segments fit together. And then if I drag my timeline to before any of these, okay. And then next I need to test, or next I will need to test the star. Okay. So I just want to test this without making like a massive amount of like without using a massive amount of filament. So I'm just going to cut away everything that I don't need for explicitly for the test. We look at the hole, and okay. Okay, so then just cut away. Oh, I've got it. Might be easier if I extruded. It will not, okay. It might. No, don't. And then exclude all of this. No. This is gonna take forever. This is gonna take forever to select all of this crap. Okay. I am trying my best to get every last bit here so that I don't get like weirdness when the thing prints, because it would be annoying for it to print all funny. I really hope that if this works, it doesn't depend on the thing being flexible, because if it depends on it being flexible, then I'm gonna have to like check how flexible it is to make sure that it doesn't get ruined when I print the entire star. Is that the whole thing? Is that everything? Yes, it is. Okay. Whoops. I did not need all of that. Now I'm going to have to get rid of the stuff that I don't need. Okay. Okie dokie. Missed a spot. Okay. And I missed another spot, but that's gonna bug me. Okay, so now save this. As star test. Not to be confused with the Texas star test, which is a stupid system. It's less stupid than they used to have, but anyways. Okay. Is that everything I needed to test? Okay. If I make everything visible again, even the lid lock. I don't need to check this. I'm gonna be able to check this. I'm gonna be able to check this. I'm gonna be able to check that these fit together. Yeah, okay. So I'll go ahead and start slicing everything now that I need to test. And then if I need to make changes, I will make changes. I really, really hope that this works, because if it has to be a through hole and like a stick, I can do it. It just won't look so nice. Okie dokie, time to slice. Okay, so let's see. Let's open the star. And that's going to take 37 minutes on its own. Let's see how much else I can open up together. The two lids. Okay, let's go ahead and put them about here. I don't need that much. I only need that much. Okay. Let's see, the lid slot test. Oops. Let's put that on the inside of this. Let's see. The lid lock test. Open both of those. Let's see. Rotate that because I intend to print that in this orientation. rotate this one the same way. Okay. And then now the part that's going to take forever, the loop test. Oops, I clicked on the wrong one. What? Okay. And I need more of these. And this is going to take 3 hours to test. And hang on. Okay. And gotta move this one out of the way slightly. Just to make sure that they're okay. Let me check the walls. Thin walls is turned off, which is okay. What if I turn it on? It still doesn't see them. Outer before inner is turned off, which is good because I need the inner walls first on these overhangs. And I think I have support turned off. Yeah, let's turn it on. Okay, so it's on for pretty much all of this. All right, well, I'll go ahead and save this to where's requests? Requests. New folder. Poker chip case. And I'll just call it tests. Okay. I'll get this printed and see what happens. 2.5 hours. I can do this by the end of the day. Nice. I really hope that the I really hope that these segments work properly. And then these ought to be mirrors of each other, so this should be able to test both of these. So that'll work. That's gonna be good. What is my speed? Because this is probably gonna fall over if I'm not careful with the speed. 40's fine. Okay. Alright, I'll go ahead and get it printed and tested. And it wouldn't fall over. It wouldn't fall over until, like, for a while. In case it does, I'll go ahead and make, like in case this falls over and screws with these things, I'll go ahead and delete everything else and make a backup of these. Okay. All right. Okay, save that as backup, spin and lock. And then open up the slot. Lid slot. Yes, I know it's unable to slice because it's all the way at the freaking bottom. Okay, what I do like about this is that it doesn't want us to generate support here, which means that there's not going to be any support on the inside of the actual case. So that's good. I'm going to give this a brim. Back up, lid slot test. Okay. Cool. And I'll get it printed and see how well it works. Okay, so all the test pieces are printed and I know what to do now. This piece is pretty flimsy, so I need to like thicken it ever so slightly. But the tolerance for these holes is a little too tight, but I think I can get it by just filleting these edges. For this sliding piece here, where's the one that fits? It works, but it's a little tight. So I would like to loosen that. And then for this will spin on top of it and work and be balanced, but I think, right, that if I had like a straight out circle coming off of it, that would be better. So those are the changes that I'm going to make. Okay, so I need to thicken this. Hang on. I need to thicken the star. Probably 2 more layers. L-A-S. The other S. Okay. And then as a result of that, I need to thicken the holes here by the same amount. Okay, and then I'm going to chamfer them because I cut off the corners to test it. And it's better. Can I flip one of them? Because watch. This one's... Okay, that's interesting. It's better if the... Actually, you know what? Instead of a chamfer, this was 7.8 if I recall. Let me measure how much length I cut off from the one that worked from the edge I worked the best. That would be this long one. And I cut off about that amount. Okay. So weird. Okay. Actually, you know what? Let me see what happens if I make a line that is collinear with this. Okay, 2.731, so that's basically 2.8. But it appears to be working, so, or it appeared to work in my testing, so. I'll try with this. What's really crazy is that this makes the star look better, and it also seems to work better. Okay, so 4. I don't think I ever tested the, yeah, I never tested the lid locker. And then the other thing is this extrusion here at, oh wait, hang on. If I move this point to point, and I move this point to here, does this interest? Yes, it does. Okay. So then there's an extrusion here, not that one. There's an extrusion here. Yeah, there it is. Make that 4. I hope that didn't fuck anything up. Then the star. fits perfectly in it, so that's actually bad. Point 2. Did I accidentally cut through the star this time? Okay, no. Then let's get rid of this move so that the star is back where it's supposed to be. And okay, it does not fit perfectly in it now. So if I move this point to point, yeah, you can see the text poking through. And the way this part works is that the star just fits into here. What is this though? This looks pretty precarious. Ooh, yeah, that is precarious. Okay, so rather than letting that be precarious, okay, and then I'll just go ahead and extrude these downward. I think it was 0.4. Yeah, okay. So then if I move the star point to point again, yeah, it works, okay. And then this right here, I wanted to add a, where in the, ooh, okay, right here. What happens if I suppress this? It's computing a lot of things. Everything else looks fine though. Okay, hang on. Let me just, everything from here I don't really need, because I can just redo all those other, oh. Okay, rename this to, there, okay. Now go back to this revolution here. Okay, let's put a fillet here that goes about yay far. And then move this back to the end of history. Where's the end of history? Right here. Okay, so then if I do that, because in the star, that's a 7mm thing, but in this, it's 6. So, you know what? Before... Where is it? Before that... Okay. Right here. Let's extrude this out by 1 more. And then do this. Edit feature. Okay, so that's kind of interesting because if I do this, but then if I do this one, it looks taller. I don't know if it is taller, but it probably is actually. Interesting. Okay. And then this would look good. And then if I move all the way back to the end of history, where's the end of history? Where is the end of history? Right here. Okay. What's this bitching about? The face reference is lost and this feature is using cached geometry. Okay, well. What am I moving to where? So the origin point should be... Did that change it? Yes, it did. Okay. However, all these other moves kind of negated that. So now I'll have to retest this, and then I'll have to retest the star. And I'll have to retest... I'm honestly going to have to retest pretty much everything, aren't I? You know what I could do? Hang on. Just so that I don't have to retest the... Just so that I don't have to reprint all of the segments again. I'll cut out that little bit. Just to make sure that I don't have to retest it, right? So that when I print the new star, the new geometry for the star, I'm printing the part that's important that I need to test without having to reprint all of the segments for the thing. Okay, so then extrude this back down by 0.4. Okay. Yeah. So now... Okay, so now I gotta do... Let's see. Let's take... I was also planning on... a chamfer here. Okay, and then let me think. Okay, I do have enough pieces to actually test what I forgot to test, so I'll just reprint, or I'll just end this one. Try to remember to make the lid lock. Oh, but you know what? If this was too tight, this had the same tolerance. Let's make it 0.2. There we go. Okay. So that lid lock is gonna go ahead and save that as mesh. Yeah, replace that. Okay. And then let me try chamfering literally all of these. I only need to do it on the first segment because they're all going to be identical, but like it would honestly be better if I made sure to do it on all of them, just so that I don't accidentally like start fiddling with the geometry of one and then end up having like a feature on one that I didn't put on the other, and then I'm like confused about why I can't do this or why I can't do that. Oh, and I forgot to change the tolerance too. So the thing is, with the tolerance I have, it's tight, and then it gets looser and looser and looser, looser, looser. And I know that's not like a good design. Like I should be actually making the piece that goes inside smaller or bigger than the piece that it goes inside of, so that it has to use like the flexibility of the plastic to grip onto it. But that is very hard to design with this particular thing here, because it would honestly just be super annoying. So let's see. Oh yeah, the tolerance. Let me go back to the lids. Go to the lid lock to go into here. I think I can get away with. This. Press pull these two sides by point, not two, one. That would be too loose. 0.3 millimeters is far too loose. Okay, and then what? No. Okay. I guess I gotta do this every single freaking time. No, not that. I gotta do this 10 times. No, not a fillet, it's a press. Okay, and then now the other ones coming this way. Okay, it did get smaller. Okay. That's 0.1. Okay. I did this to that, right? Yes, I did. Okay. And then I feel like there was one more thing. Oh, right. For these segments on when I printed out this little slot test, it came to too sharp of a point here, and I wasn't quite happy with the quality of it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fillet it by like a 1/4 millimeter or something. There. Just to make it... Oh. That is very noticeable. I was hoping this little... I'm gonna have to keep going until it's less noticeable. Like that, really? Right there, right there. 1, okay. All right. Now, so this is the end of history, and this is all suppressed. So, if I unsuppress them, bunch of splits, but so I never closed this program, so it's using like memory and cache and crap. Let me look at these bodies. Okay, so this is lid spin B, right? Yeah, because it's the left. And then what? This is lid spin A. All right. And then this is lid slot test. All right. And then what about the star? Holy crap, what in the world happened to the star? I don't want to have to... Okay, hang on. Suppress. Okay. I am going to delete all these features after the end of history because... Okay, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a sketch on this side so that I don't get the Dallas Cowboys text because that took forever to deal with. I am, however, going to project Okay. Right there. And no, that's all 5. Okay. So now I just gotta extrude. Okay. I don't need that. And I don't need that. But I do need that. What the heck? Oh, I forgot to, I missed a spot. I missed a spot, that's why. Okay. Now I can just keep going straight with all of these bits. Okay. I think I missed something important. Okay. Hopefully, this will be stronger and be able to withstand what it needs to withstand. I just thought of something. Because that's not the only thing that would have to move, is it? I will see. I will see. Worst case scenario, I can just go back into a sketch here somewhere when I made the lid pieces and... Anyways, what am I still missing that I need to check? So I need to take the star. Star test. I need to check this piece. Okay. So let me take everything from here to here. I'm just going to delete. And then This I'm going to suppress, and then I'm going to bring everything else back. Okay. 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 Take this piece. Hang on. That's incorrect. And the reason it's incorrect is because I did not... Okay. Let's go ahead and mirror this. One of these lines. Okay. And then also include this. Okay. And this one's the one I need to save. The reason being is that I saved the left side of the slot test. And the right side won't fit into the left side because of the back here will be blocking it off. But I can print them both out just to be safe. So take this one, nope. Take this one, save that as oh yeah, lid lock test A, save, yes. Save, yes. And then this one. Save this. Lid lock test B. Save. Yes. Save. Yes. Okay. And then that should be everything that I still need to test. That should be all the new tests. Okay, so I'll go ahead and start slicing them now. Okay. Start test. Lid spins. Okay. Select both of these. Put them in the middle there. Okay. And then let's see, before I forget, the lid lock. center. Let me turn off the brim. And then, what else was I? Oh, the lid lock tests. Alright, and then center those. Bring them up, bring them over. Click on one of them. I said click on one of them and move it. Okay. And then save this. Oh, let me check for support. Okay, that'll work. How many layers is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe 5 on the smallest spot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, maybe 5. Depends if you count the. Yeah. Okay. Then save that as tests plural. Save. Yeah, replace it. Okay. Delete all that. And open the lid slot test. So the lid slot previously had the lid slot had previously failed, so it needs a brim. Alright, save that as backup lid slot test. Yes. Alright, and then I will get these all printed and I will see. Okay, so all of the modifications I made worked. This is exactly as tight as it needs to be. The change to the corners of the star worked very nicely. And the change to this shape here definitely helped to hold the thing on it without it falling off. If I can get it on. It's hard to get it. It's hard to get it with one hand. Push that out of the way real quick. There. So yeah, the only issue really is that this still wobbles a lot, but once the whole thing is printed, the center of gravity will be much lower. It'll be probably about probably be like that far below the point there, which will help it to be stable. So I think I'm ready to get everything, except that I need to test that the star will fit in between the lid and the other bit, but other than that, it should be good. So just one more test. Hopefully just a test. If I gotta change things, that'll suck. But yeah. Okay, so the only thing I have to check now is, let me double check this real quick. Yeah, see, this is not flush with this, so that wouldn't necessarily work. Unless in the star, I cut out a slot for it, but I'd rather not. I should be able to just suppress this with no consequences. Okay. So let me go, let's see. This one and this one. Let me go to here. And then I should be able to just but that's gonna screw with this. Okay, so the only real solution then is to change the lids. So firstly, before I forget, because I think I forgot earlier, -0.2. Okay, that will give it clearance for that. Okay, and then this and this. Okay. This one. Extrude these to here. And then change that to a distance. Okay. The issue that I have with this is that this is really small. Is there any way I can... yes, I can actually, because this is 2.4. Okay. I can make this 2. Then I can extrude this. Okay. Okay, cool. And then this one. Okay. And there. So now the distance is a little bit better. The distance is 0.82. So it's only two extruder widths, but it should not be that massive of a deal. All right. Okay, so now let me go ahead and actually, no, it really should be on the other side because the other side has the big side. That'll be enough to test it. I never thought, oh, you know what? I never thought of that. I never thought of that. Look at how it fits. I don't know if that'll work. Huh. Well, that's why I'm testing things. Anyways. Okay. Where is this sketch? Okay. So, you know, let's see. The star is really being held in place by the top of this here and by this. So I don't necessarily need for this to be fully, oh. Oh, that's right, because, yeah, okay. I don't necessarily need for this to go all the way. It just has to hold these in. Because again, the only real constraint that I was given for this box was it just has to keep them, they just don't have to fall out. Okay. So if I just extruded this all the way, then that ought to work. Because this will be, yeah, that ought to work if I do it like that. That's what I think I'll do, is I'll test it like that. And then what else I'll do is I will, I don't want to have to print an entire one of these, but I'm going to have to print an entire one eventually. And I've got everything else about this how I want it. Oh, you know what I can do? Because this is... Okay, I just gotta keep the pieces of this that I already printed, and that will help to test it out. Yeah, so what I'll do is if it doesn't work like that, like this, I'll go ahead and cut this off, like physically in the real world, and then I will slide this into here. No, that's... No, I'm gonna need more because it's not intersecting here. Cause like it probably won't work anyways, right? Cause like I'll have to. Okay. Okay. So firstly, take the star and save that. Okay. The star is how I want it. Secondly, these, I think I'm just going to go ahead get rid of that because if I bring back this one and the star, it might possibly want to fall loose. Star, get rid of the lid. Okay. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put a rectangle at about yay. And then I'm gonna go ahead and extrude this whole rectangle to about there. Okay. And then I'm gonna go ahead and split this on this plane. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and save this. There, that describes what I'm doing. And then the lids. Okay. Let's start test A. Save. Lid star test B. Save. Okay. All right. Go back to this, and this. this was... I should be able to keep these. Yeah, okay. Then everything after this should be... Yeah, okay. Everything after this is unnecessary now. Okay. Now there is another little issue that I might think about. The lid lock is tiny and easily lost. So I was wondering how I could fix that problem. I'm thinking easiest way to do it the issue with this is, let's see, is that's just ugly. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and not do that. Okay, I'll just deal with the lid lock being tiny and easily lost. Okay, so now I just gotta print out the test pieces that I have, and then I should be able to... And then if they work, then everything should be fine. Yeah, that's not gonna let anything out. Yeah, that's not gonna let anything out. And once those work, I can print the entire thing. And because of that, I should probably be chamfering some stuff. Yeah, that's an issue. Okay, let's chamfer this. Oh, dear. I don't think that's that big of a deal. Yeah, okay. And then let me bring this one real quick. Make sure everything fits together properly because... Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't. What happened there? What happened there? Oh my goodness, that's not good. That explains... What can I do about that? I don't know what happened too, because that worked before. It's way in the early ones. Oh, that's what happened. It was that 1.6. 20 times 3.5 plus 21 times 0.1 plus 1.6. Okay. And then with this one, plus 1.6. Okay. And then okay, luckily, nothing got fucked up. Okay. Good thing I checked. Good thing I checked. Okay. Oh, and then I forgot to put a chamfer on the star. I should probably put a chamfer on the bottom of the star. Okay. Save that again. Alright. So now that I know that this is fitting together properly, things should work a lot better. And then I've got the lid, I've got the star, I've got the... Okay. So now I'll go ahead and test the pieces that I need to test. And that should be the end of it. It's a good thing. It is a good thing I caught that. Holy moly. It would have sucked. Hang on. Are these fitting together perfectly? No. Okay, yeah, okay. They can have a little wiggle room. They can have a little wiggle room. Okay. It would have absolutely sucked for that to not work after printing the entire stinking thing. Might as well do everything to all of these. Oh, it's because of how I did it. It's because of how I did it. That's why. It's because they're spaced weirdly. Okay, well, I guess I'll go ahead and slice the test for fitting the star. And then I'll go ahead and probably get the whole thing done afterwards, because I'm pretty sure it'll work. It's not like... It looks weird. It looks weird. But I think it'll be fine. If it isn't, then what I need to do is I need to put it inside of this such that... Hang on. Okay, if this doesn't work, then what I need to do is I need to bring the star inward slightly so that the point there, this point here, is inside so that it's catching both. But I'll go ahead and test what I have now, because I kind of like it. I like where it is. I like where the star is. Like it can be further down. I would prefer for it to not be further down. Alright, well, at this point I'm just stalling. I'm just going to go ahead and start slicing. Okie dokie, so I need this. Just barely peeking above the, it needs to just barely peek above the there. Right there. A little bit more so that it's got enough thickness to be rigid. And then let's see, star box fit test, star, lid star test A, lid star test B. And save that. Let me look actually. Support is set to the wrong thing. Support should be, where's support? There it is. No, that's cooling. Support has to be everywhere. And then instead of a brim, whoops, go back to skirt. All right, save that. Okay. And then just open the star. This is going to take forever to print. 1 hour, 21 minutes. What is my infill set to? But it's on grid. Let me put it on triangles. There we go. That's better. Okay, save that. Then I'll get it printed and I'll get it tested and see how well it works. Okay, so it worked just perfect. So now I can just print everything. One thing though is that the thing here broke, snapped off, but I don't think that that's going to be a problem. I can just print it in a different orientation. Also, this hinge works just fine. This is the first time I actually tested this particular hinge, and it opens perfectly, so that's good. But yeah, I can now print everything. So I'll just get everything sliced and then get it all printed. Okie dokie. So, I've got all kinds of shit in here. Okay, chip segment, open this, center that. I will save this as a 1, as a single 1. Oh my god. 6 hours times 5 is 30. I'm trying to count because I have about half the roll of filament. And if I do the math, right? And if I go by print time, right, then it was 16 hours times 5 is 80 hours. So 30. And this will be the lion's share of the print time. So that's pretty good. What is the... $205? Just a little bit warmer. Just to get these layers just a little bit more stuck together. Save this as, I will call it single segment. All right. And then multiply this. I need 4 of it. This is going to take forever. 1 day, 5 hours, and 57 minutes. So yeah, 30 hours. So an issue that I can foresee with this is that something's gonna go wrong and it'll get knocked over. So I don't think I will actually do this. So I'll just go ahead and open next one. Lid left and lid right. Whoops. Okay, lid left, hold control lid right, open these. rotate this one 180 degrees, and then move them like that. All right. 5.5 hours. Okay. I don't expect this to fall over like that. Although these might get screwed up slightly because they are a bit tall, but they're not like massively thin or anything. Let me look at what they look like on the inside. Yeah, okay. Alright, I'll go ahead and save that as just lid. Alright. And then I'm gonna make some more lid locks. And see, I'll make 5 of them because this is going to take 4 minutes. There's storage space on the lids. Watch. See, there's storage space on the lids for 2 lid locks, and that's in case the first one gets lost. But I can foresee these getting very easily lost, and I can foresee me very easily losing this when I take it off the build plate, which is why I'm going to print 5 of them all at once. Maybe I should have put more storage on here for more lid locks. Because, like, you can... Whoops. Right. You can't... I'm trying to control this like I was controlling Kira. Because, like, you can, like, stick some of these into here and that'd work, you know? But... no. Okay, so... time to print it all out. I saved it, right? Okay. Alright. Are these hollow or are they solid? Yeah, they're too small to be hollow. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and get everything printed. It's going to take 36, like 40 hours. So, yeah. This is going to take 1 gram of filament, I will call that. I forgot to check how much the other ones were going to take. Okay. 47. So that's 250 grams of filament right there. All right. And then the lids. Another 50 grams of filament. So it's going to be 300 grams of filament, which is about as much as the poker chips cost me. So, yeah, that's pretty good. And this filament was like $25 for a 2-pack, so that's $12.50 for a kilogram. So that's $7.50 worth of plastic. I really have no idea how much power my printer runs. I'm gonna assume that it's a kilowatt. And I believe electricity here is less than 20 cents per kilowatt hour. So times 0.2 times 36 hours plus 16 times 5. Oh, per kilowatt hour, right. And I'm assuming that each hour is a kilowatt hour. Really? $24? Wow. I don't think it's a kilowatt then. It's probably a lot less. I don't have any information on how much power my printer uses. And then also, out of curiosity, what is my... Oops. What? Manage printers. 400 tall. Okay. So if I was clever about it, I could have just printed something vertically, but I'd rather do it this way because it's more fun. All right, well, time to get everything printed. Okay, so everything is printed and it works pretty well. And I'm gonna have to pause the recording real quick because removing the lid takes 2 hands. But this is what it looks like in the box form. And now that the lid is off, I can show you what it looks like as a carousel. So you fold up the lid. There's a little tab here that you pull out and you put into these little slots here to hold the lid together. Harder to do with one hand, especially because it's so tiny. All right, lid is held together, and then I'll put the lid aside so I have space real quick. You take this little piece of filament out. Okay. There's a hole in the back. The star goes in the hole in the back. And then you roll it up. You roll it up like this. You just feel for that hole. Hard to do with one hand. Let me look at it. Oh, it's in. Okay. Sometimes they go straight in. Right? And now that these two are aligned, put this in to hold it together. Then I bring back the lid. And I balance it on top. And now we've got a poker chip carousel. And I can pull some chips out. I said I can pull some chips out. And if I pull a lot more out, it loses balance, but that's fine because it's easy to push down on it as you turn it. So I feel like that's not a big deal. Um, and you can easily put the chips back in. And then you can just take it back apart. Right? You just untwirl this. And then you undo this. You got to put the tab back in. Now, holding it together with the tab is not really necessary because it can hold together on its own, but it is, in my opinion, a little better. But see, it can hold together without the tab, but that little tab helps. And then you got to put the star inside of the lid here. And then I take the lid with the star in it, and I put it on the box. And now, again, it takes two hands to put the box together. So I'll pause the recording real quick. And it's back together. And everything is held in place. And nothing falls out. Nothing's falling out. So it's done. And this is what it is. It's a transforming poker chips case / carousel. It's also a pretty neat looking display, especially once my sister gets it painted. That's why some of the chips are missing from here, by the way, is because she's currently painting some of them. But yeah. So this is done. And now that it's done, I can talk about things that I would do better next time, if there is a next time. First thing is the lid goes on in a very precarious way here. There's a tiny slot with very tight tolerance, and it will not focus. It's a tiny slot with very tight tolerance, and it's hard to... I can get it in just fine, and I can get it out just fine, but anyone else might have trouble with it. It's very hard to do it without, or at least I imagine without breaking it. I haven't broken it, but but yeah. If I could, let's see, to do it over again, rather than putting those slots inside of the thing there, I'd have them come out, and I might even reverse it. Like I might have the dovetail shape pop out from here, right? And then have a slot inside the lid. That might be better because then it gives me more room to have a bigger thing here and more tolerance. Another thing is it does go a bit out of... Now the worst case scenario for this, I've tested the worst case scenario for this. It's not bad. It still works in terms of the worst case balance, but there is a worst case balance for this, which is pretty bad. Most poker chip carousels don't have to worry about that because, they're not resting on pinpoints. But yeah, I would probably redesign this to have instead of I would probably redesign this entirely, actually, so that instead of resting on a pinpoint on the lid, the bottom here would have a track with bearings inside of it, and so it could roll to turn instead, But it's still pretty neat what this is, And I can't wait to see what it looks like when it's painted. This it's going to take her forever. She spent 5 hours on 20 of these chips. So I do imagine once she's done with the chips, the box will be a pretty big breeze. So yeah, it's going to be fun to see.